All right. We are working on glass. Also have like another camera right here to record some content, to make some shorts. See, did you ask her if she was ready for Christmas? Ask her, are you ready? Yeah. Oh, and we are here. Yeah, sorry about the other one. The other one, I was trying like another camera. Like I have like this like DJI camera thing. Um, but it wasn't working. But I'll record some shorts on it. How you doing, Buck? Living the dream, I hope. Let's see. This thing I'm gonna like record on that thing too to get um like shorts and time lapses. But today's goal is to finish cutting out all these like wing pieces. Um get them fitted in there and then work on either the body. I think we'll do the body. Um oh, I'm doing great. This Christmas shenanigans. You know how it is. Oh, so excited. You know, they say like once you have kids, then you can like have them do the cleaning, but sometimes I'm just like, it'll get done faster if I just do it, right? But it's like those like pick your battles type things with kids. All right, let's start. So I want to do. I don't know if you can see John H. What's up, John? After the stream, I will get you modded too, because gonna get all these first few people modded, and then once I yeah, hit the like and subscribe. Oh, that's funny. How you guys doing? So I'm recording over here too. Got bada bing, bada boom. All right, 92. Let's do piece 92. All right. This is like, this stuff is like some cutting oil. It's like, ban the gray. I can't make you green, so I'll make you blue. All right. We're going to start this thing probably like right here. Being left handed doesn't really help. All right. Boom. How are you guys doing today? The prolific mod. Yeah. He even mods when he's not even official. I've been trying to get Danny to mod me ever since forever, but ever since I got banned, I gave up those hopes. Can't mod someone that you ban. And when I got banned, it was so funny. I'm not sure, John. Do you remember that? And I don't know if Buck, if you were there. I'm done for the next. Oh man, there's like I think it was the Lori Vallow trial. They like read out like a phone number, and I was joking. And I said, "Nope, could went to voicemail," and I got banned. All right, so just I made that score mark, a little bit of pressure, and pulling down and away. So this one, we'll pull out the grinder and we'll grind it. You were there? Oh yeah, I got banned on Danny on Direct's channel just for a little bit. Not like a big ban. It was just like a timeout, as I should say. Like so every time I go in there, I'm like, ban check 1 2 1 2. 91. Do 91 next. Every time I think of the name Buck, I for some reason I think of that movie, um, that Christmas movie. What is it called? Um, get so much crap for not remembering it, but go around. So I used to trace these with um you've been timed out in her channel too? Yeah, she takes the terms of service seriously, which I don't blame her. Right? I would too. But see if I can even stay in frame here. So just these are grozing pliers. There's a flat tops part that you put keep on top, and just bink that little down and away. Boom. My daughter's running around out here, so if you hear me yelling for her a couple times, that's who I'm yelling at. She's so ready for Christmas. She's a little our naughty one. She's the first kid to try to peek and watch mom wrap presents, just trying to get some intel. Yeah, that's so true, Buck. Yep, you gotta be on a few jokes here and there, but I've met Danny when I went to one of Jeff's meetups, like his very first one that I went to, and I gave her a flag that I had flown in Iraq. And I had it flown at the victory over Iran palace. And I was lucky because I got two of them flown that day. And the even more special part was they only fly so many on Christmas Day, and that was Christmas Day is the day I got mine flown, which was pretty cool. They try not to do too many. Okay, that one. Thanks. Let's do 94. Yeah, it was cool. Actually, yeah, I got two of them flown. And I gave one to her. Like so, um, and then I still have one for myself. When I gave her the flag, she's like, "I can't take this from you." I'm like, "Well, I got another one." It's never been unfolded ever since that day. December 25th, 2006. Well, not six, 2008. Almost done with stolen valor. That's the hard thing about talking about your military service is if someone doesn't believe you and they can't prove certain things, you have to worry about stolen valor, and it's like, oh my gosh. I think as long as you don't claim if you've done anything special. Okay, so this one kind of um, broke too early. Let's see. Usually, if I was doing like a tape, like copper tape foil, I would let that slide. But that one, I don't know how it's going to work with the lead paneling I'm going to do. So just redo that one. Yeah, I was in the army. Uh, in the army. So and it's kind of funny. As a kid, I had no intention in joining the military. Um, but I had a cousin. He was he was like all about. He was like, I'm joining the army. He was the kind of kid that wanted to do um, special forces and infantry and all that. And me, I'm like hell no. But then I went with him to the recruiter one day, and I guess I didn't really think very much, and I was just like, yeah, sure, I'll join. Um, so I ended up joining when I was in high school. My mom wasn't too happy about it. Um, but I did 10 years in the Army Reserve, so I wasn't. It's more of like an admin job. I did get lied to by my recruiter. I told my recruiter I want to be like like a medic in one of those like frontline hospitals. So I remember watching videos on that when the Iraq War was going on. I thought that was pretty cool to be one of those like frontline medics. Turned out to be like a hospital admin. But I mean, it wasn't too bad like during my deployment because we did detainee healthcare when I was deployed. It wasn't too bad. I mean, it wasn't kicking in doors or anything. Yeah, yeah, and um, I had a couple of buddies I deployed with. Here's the strange thing. I had a couple of friends that I deployed with. That when we got home, they went and they joined the unit my cousin was in at the time, and then they went to Afghanistan, um, and they got to see the combat that most like the thing about like the army medics is that they want to see combat and be a combat medic. Um, because that's like kind of like what their title is combat medic. Um, so they went and did that, which is pretty cool. But I'm too much of a pansy. Got blown up. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, that's see that whole pull out of Afghanistan pissed me off. Like make excuses. Like just do the mission right. Is my thought. Like so when you try to rush things, people start getting hurt over stupid shit like that. Oh, we had a deadline. Well, you know what? Keep people safe. How about that? Then the other thing I felt bad about was like all those interpreters that worked with us. You know, those people got kidnapped. And some of our like interpreters, they were like freaking cool people, at least in Iraq. They were those interpreters are like crazy. Like they like put their lives on the line, and most of them don't even carry a weapon with them. Like, you want me to go where? Die say, oh my god, yeah. Don't you feel for those people? Let's see, 93. Oh yeah. So I don't think Connor's in here. But this is the plan. If you guys keep it quiet, I told Swan Lake Lady the plan is to I have a laser engraver, and I was gonna laser engrave in some of these pieces of glass with just like things about Jeff. Um, just like like his in memory of Jeff, maybe like a picture of Jeff. But I have like a laser that can engrave. Mm, the daughter back there. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool. So it's actually my wife mainly uses it to do like acrylic stuff. She cuts out acrylic with it, or you can also use it to engrave. And I think the only thing is you can't really engrave on clear glass unless you put like a special thing on it. I haven't figured out clear glass yet, but I did test out a piece of this glass. Mm, this one broke. Mother truck. I'm gonna like throw a freaking table. I did get my first like commission piece. I guess my boss at work wants me to make her a window, but so how are things back east where you going? And then I think John's up in Alaska. I went to Alaska on a military like a army humanitarian mission. That was pretty fun. We went to like little villages in Alaska and did healthcare up there. The only way into those places was through a helicopter. So just trimming this up a little bit. Perfect. 93.
Here you go, Dad.
Oh, thank you, sweetie.
Can I have one?
Oh, you want one? Is that why you brought them to me? Here, let me open it for you.
Thanks, Daddy. That's your best mine.
Okay, you shook it.
Um.
All right, it's open for you.
Okay, Daddy.
You need to go color. Oh yeah. So it was kind of funny. So we went up to Alaska. It was like Easter, near Easter when we went, and there were these there were these like villages all spread out through Alaska. We took like over like 100 of us that went up there, but they split us all up and sent us to all different kinds of villages. Um, when we got there, one team there was a guy that didn't know who they were. He was like this like crazy Vietnam vet that thought they were being invaded. So that team, the guy came out with like a shotgun and was shooting at him. It was like bizarre, but um, and that was after the helicopter left them. So that was an interesting one. But I wasn't a part of that, so I don't know all the details. But um, the ones that we went to, it was pretty good. Like it was super expensive. Yep, just leave it right there. I'll put it away later. Um, let's see. Sure. Oh, we made it. Okay. I'm trying to remember what years I went to up there. Um, I went to a village called Coltag or something like that. Um, we flew into that little Air Force base that's up there. I don't know the Air Force bases very well. And the other thing I remember is it being daylight all freaking day. It was like 10 p.m. and they were like, "All right, go get some shut eye." Right, it feels like noon. Oh, where are you? Oh, see, that's the kind of unit I wanted to join. Now that if I look back on it, I'm like, man, I should have just been like a crewman on a Black Hawk or something. That would have been way cooler. So, were you like one of those? Were you a pilot or were you something else, John? Those guys are cool. Those cool as hell. We probably did run into each other indirectly though, is because I was just like I think at the time I was an E4 sham squad. 84. Sham shield. E4 Mafia took that job seriously, man. And that was probably one of our better missions that we did was that mission. No, it's okay, Claire. Thank you. Yeah. A mechanic. You see, that's what I should have done. Yeah, and like I didn't realize being a mechanic, you got to do all the freaking cool stuff. You get those cool little hats, the helmets. So like when I tell you I was lied to by my recruiter, I was lied to. But my recruiter was still cool though. I mean, right before you left, that sounds like everybody that gets E5 like, oh, I got it. No, see ya. Tell you guys, this glass. Don't piss me off. It's like right there too. Alaska National Guard. So, do you still live out in Alaska? What are you? What are you doing out there now? See, every time I think about going out to Alaska, it's like I bet you it'd be fun to live out in Alaska, but are there any jobs out there? A heavy equipment operator. Oh man, there's like okay now that's a job that there's a ton of need for, right? Like, do you work in like those gold mines, like on Gold Rush, that show? That'd be funny. That's something my middle boy would love doing is running like a heavy equipment. Those are like long, hard hours, and I'm a pansy. No, you need to get up there and join the Hoffman crew. That show was a joke. Okay, I'm thinking this might be the one. Let's see that one. Purple. 90. Oh, Colonel in the U.S. Air Force. Yeah. The refuelers. See, that's another job. It's like you want me to do what, where, with who? Hell no. So when I joined the military, there was a. It's kind of funny how I picked the army of all of it. It by no means was the smartest, like logical thinking. It was like, all right, Air Force. I hate heights. Not joining the Air Force. Navy. I heard about their boot camp. I don't want to jump in a pool with like boots and stuff on. Marine Corps, Department of the Navy. No, still have to jump in the water with boots on. Don't want to do that. Army it is. Because Coast Guard, those are people that I don't know. When I went to join those, that area was empty. Like now that I know more about the Coast Guard, I'm like, yeah, Coast Guard wouldn't be too bad. But as a kid, you're like, no, only nerds go to the Coast Guard. should have joined the Air Force. At least when I was in Iraq, they had they lived it up. Okay, I don't know if I might in the picture or not. Let's see. Boom. Let me try to do this one. There's a couple little slices. Little piece right here. And we'll clean it up with the what you call it, the grinder. Oh man, yeah, not happening with the Parker. Yeah, I freaking terrified. Um, I know my grandpa. He was in the army back during World War II, and he's got kind of a funny story. He tried right when the war broke out. He went to go. He went to the army recruiter, and they told him that he couldn't join because he had an enlarged heart. Is what he said, or what they said. So he went to his cardiologist and got a letter saying that his heart was just fine. And then he went to the Navy. They told him that his heart was too big, and they didn't care what his letter said. So he was like, "Yeah, well, at least I tried to serve my country." Then, in like a couple of weeks later, he got a letter in the mail, um, telling him that he was being drafted into the army. He went to Fort Knox, and he was like an artillery gunner or something like that. And then he spent his whole time on a boat. So he got to do a little bit of the Army and the Air Force, or the Army and the Navy. And he got to Hiroshima right after they dropped the bombs on it, and then I guess it turned into like kind of like a show of force after that. And then once that was all over, he got to come home. But he had a friend, like his neighbor, joined as well, or was drafted at the same time. They went to Fort Knox at the same time. Um, and then they actually recruited him to be a paraglider, which was crazy. And he went and did and was a paraglider. Uh, so interesting. 86. Like yeah, like the moment you give up, so he gave up on trying to join the military, and he actually like found a job in California doing something, and his letter came all the way out to Utah. Okay, so these players start that little break for you. More boats in the Navy. Yep, I believe it. It's so crazy. Like, plus, the other thing I was thinking about too when I was a kid was I'm just going to join the military because I didn't know if there was going to be a draft. I can't remember if there was like talk of there being a draft. But like one of the things my recruiter was saying is like, well, if you're drafted, shit. Um, if you're drafted, you don't get to pick what you get to do. Everyone's an infantryman. And I was like, well, screw that. I want to pick what I'm doing. So that one broke weird. So we're gonna come over here. So crazy. Just need to grab this. Boom. All right, that side did it well. Let's see about the other side. This side I'm gonna tap it. 102. I remember my grandpa made it up to his 90s, and he was like, any day now, my my number will be up here any day now. His back hurt so bad. So like tapping walks that score line over, like gently. Think. Ah, motherfucker. Gonna be like the freaking hardest piece of cut in my life. So the rest of it came off freaking fine. Well, the other thing is I haven't eaten today, and so I'm got kind of like the shakes a little bit. I don't have cocaine in my system, trust me. Just want to put that out there. Now I wonder if this thing's gonna stick. Mm. All right. Try this thing one last time. Okay. So this set of pliers gives it like a gentle squeeze on each side. It's like easy. Okay. So that one came all the way down to here. Oh, thank goodness. Now I just gotta cut this other side. Boom. And take this off with the grinder. Yeah, it's so like when it gets like these little piece parts like right through here, they like to break. So that's why I'm like, okay, I'll just use the grinder on that bit. So that's 86. 87. It's like, clean up after yourself, Benjamin. Yeah, it likes to break in straight lines or like the path of least resistance. So can be a big pain in the ass. Plus, like if your score marks like it makes like a kind of like a um almost like a little divot in the glass, and if that divot isn't like smooth through it, like if it's like up and down, it's gonna break all weird on you. It's funny. My grandpa used to do this all the time, and he's got some pretty cool pieces that he made. I don't have any of them anymore, but I think my mom and their family have it. But he's got some cool pieces that he's done. So that's why I decided originally to pick this up. This one. Let's see. Trying to make sure. I think we'll take the rest of that part off of the grinder. Yeah, but straighter, like the straight cuts are the easier of the cuts to do. Usually when it's thin, I get like this other set of pliers on the other side, and um, all right. For the most part, we'll clean it up with the grinder. 83 was there. 88. Let's do. It's funny. All right. I think I threw a. Mm, to find. There's like a piece I'm missing, but that's fine. Let's see. This one's gonna be a pain in the butt because of how thin it comes down out. So let's try. So that part came off good. Sweet. I was worried about this like little tip area. Odd. A glass blower. Like, see, I was telling my wife about glass blowing, and she laughed at me because I was trying to tell her like, she's like, you see that furnace right there? You can't afford that. Um, that'd be pretty cool. There's not like cool things you can make out of blown glass or melted glass. All right, we'll clean that up. Mm, All right, I'll just quickly pan up to show you the window. Okay, so we've been working on this. Let me get the tripod to move with me. Okay, it's mirrored. Okay, so we've been working on this um, wing right here this whole time. I got to do 86 and 87. Um, and then I think I might start working on the body next. So so this is gonna be like a clear raindrop glass, and then I got this like white and yellow glasses through here. And these parts are gonna be all black. So we're getting there. Let's take these. I don't need those anymore. So that's the goal. We're getting there. And then we'll have to learn together how to do the lead border on the edges. And then it should be one of my better windows. Yeah, it is an expensive. Even this has been pretty expensive. Just don't tell my wife. But my boss was asking for me to do a window, and I'm like, how do you price something like this for your wife? Oh yeah, yeah. So like as far as like grinding, it's got like water in it, so it makes it to where it's not as bad on your lungs. 87. Oh, a Christmas ornament? That'd be. Um, so my wife's grandpa, he does woodworking, and some of his like every year he makes a wooden Christmas ornament for everybody. Whoop. And it has their name in it, and some of them are like insane that he does them all by hand. Like you'd think he used a laser or something, but he's got this like super fine saw blade. And one of these days I'll grab one and show you what this year's looks like. But he's won several like county fairs. I couldn't do woodwork because I just can't stand the feeling of sawdust sitting on your fingers all day. I'd rather get paper cuts of this glass. Okay. So, woodworking, man. It takes a talent for woodworking, like special eye for it. This, sorry, I found a piece. I think it goes. Okay, okay. It's kind of weird when you're like, oh, I found a piece. You should see me try to cut a freaking board with a miter saw. I'm like, I feel like my wife's grandpa's like, you are something special, like kind of stupid. They say measure twice, cut once. I tried that once, and it was more of measure 375 times, cut 700 times. Sweet. There it goes. Okay. I think the only thing we have to do now, oh, pale this up, is do all the grinding for like all these pieces with stickers on them. I still have to do all the grinding on them. But we're gonna move up into here now, just to change it up a bit. So where we at? Put this down. You guys ready for Christmas? I hope we are. I'm not sure if you guys are like me. I let the boss do all that. One year I tried, and I tried like helping, and just buying stuff multiple times. That wasn't worth it. Oh yeah, left-handed. Yeah, a left-handed pull-out. I was like, what's funny is I was like, I'm left-handed, but I really am left-handed. That's funny. The other funny thing is I'm not even good at wrapping presents. Looks like a fifth grader did it. He spent enough. Oh man. Some days I'm like, my wife is the hardest person to shop for. Like, I let her just, you try to give your wife everything you can, and she's good. Like, she's so good to me. I'm like, buy whatever you want. And so that makes it kind of hard to be like, well, she bought everything she needed. Upgrade. Darn it. So funny. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't have very many wants either. Um, which is like nice, right? Like, my opinion is kids are young right now. Just make it memorable for the kids, right? And if I do want something, it's usually pretty cheap. It's the main thing I do is fly fishing. So, in this, one of my main hobbies. So, what part of Alaska are you from, John? I have an uncle that he fly fishes a ton, and really good at it. And the local like outdoor show takes him up to Alaska, and he helps them catch halibut all the time. I think the last time they went, he was the only one that caught anything. And the other funny thing is that I picture everyone that lives up in Alaska as a homesteader. You know, we gotta catch all the fish we can for the winter. Get a moose or two for the winter, because nobody's going outside. 55. Like the Alaska, the last frontier. Tiff used to watch all that. My wife used to watch that all the time. You know the Kilchers? Oh man, let's see Alaska would be so fun. Okay, my new joke that I'm gonna have to run with you is remember when Sarah Palin said she could see Russia from her backyard. Yeah, so can John. John H. 2004 can see Russia from his backyard. You know, how's Putin? You making any moves yet? Writing that down. 53. That's right there. Oh yeah, freaking yeah. Oh yeah, Sarah Palin was like a politician. I think she was running with Mitt Romney for president. Like she was like her VP pick. Make sure. Oh yeah, but it's cooler though, Buck. It's all that, but cooler. I know what you mean by, it, but it's just like California. Those people. Oof. Here we go. Got to go. Let's see what's going on. I'm gonna tap it. See, like this glass that you can't really see through, it's kind of hard to work with. Hear it moving. There it goes. But fudge. Oh, have to call my wife. All right. Good luck. Let's see. Try to see it. Part of me is like I should have started this painting about. See, hates me. Freak me. I think I forget what this glass is like. It's kind of special, like this particular brand of glass. It doesn't want to follow anything. Okay, let's see. Boom. I think a bunch of like score marks to walk it up. Okay. You know it just by looking at it, huh? Should have known. So funny. Oh man. Me sitting here being innocent, and then I got Buck over here, like cracking jokes. So I'm gonna try to cut this. Like, okay. Trying to just chip it away. Like it's just nipping at it away. Oh, see that one came out good. That's what she said. Boom. All right, we'll clean the rest of that up with the grinder. 66. Okay. Redo this one. See that? Toilet broke. Nice. There we go. Let's see. I should probably finish this up and go see if the wife needs help with anything. It's kind of quiet, so you're like, where's the kids at? We'll finish up this piece real quick. All right. Last piece. Boom. Broke it. Nice. All right. That piece. Done. Done, 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 done. All right, one more thing. All right. Start. Yeah. I'll take the camera off. All right. We are. So we got the wings, the inside flywing basically done, and then a lot of that part's getting there, getting there. Um, like I said, like I'll clean up a lot of these like edges, rough edges, make them smooth. It'll fit there in the lead, and it'll be on our way. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button.